This video show is dark. You can smell. Hey y'all. I don't know how to make this thing lighter. It's just dark. I got my light right here, but it's just dark. Why is it so dark? I don't know why it's so dark, y'all, but it's just dark in this front room. Did I turn my TV off? I was watching Chop. It done went off. So, anywho, how is everybody? So, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this, y'all, because this thing is mighty dark. Ain't been long, got off work. Ain't been long, got off work. And I'm sitting up here in the dark. Y'all can see me a little bit though. So, like I said, I'm not doing anything. I had went by Zaxby's and got me a grilled chicken sandwich. It's gone. I'm just enjoying the rest of this little bit of ice. So into who now I'm looking at my I was watching Chop, my TV done just went off. I know I'm late with my cable bill, but my God, don't I have a grace period? I guess they said your grace is over, honey. Well, no, because I'm on my phone. I'm looking at my messages on my phone, y'all. Y'all, I hope you guys try that corn on the cob, um, that corn on the cob thing I done. Because I'm telling y'all, it is the bomb.com. It really is. I got a few comments. A view's a view commented. Thank you. Glorious Crown. Thank you for sharing. I'll be buying. Yeah, try it, Miss Glorious Crown. You'll like it. Miss Eve Ashmere McKinney. Please pray for my son and Hakeem. He's a 26-year-old man. He's been living with my husband and I since birth. What's wrong with him? He just recently this year obtained the job. He don't like to contribute to the house. Doesn't he feel like, wait a minute now. He 26. He just recently, I ain't got my glass, obtained the job. He don't like to contribute. He just got a job. He don't like to contribute to the house. He feel like we are supposed to take care of him. Now this comment is in my comment section, so anybody can read it. So I don't want y'all to think I'm reading somebody's private message. I would never do that. But it's under my corn on the cob video. Let me see. He doesn't like contribute to the house. He feel like we are supposed to take care of him, and he keeps his money. He feel like y'all supposed to take care of him. He keeps his money. He steals from the other siblings. Is downright mad when you talk to him about it. He cusses my husband and I can't tell you what to do. I know what I want to say, but I can't tell you what to do. But I'm gonna tell you about me now. Me and my children. Well, my children are grown now. But there's certain things that I do allow and I don't allow my children to do. And one thing you will not do is my child. Now you're grown, they do whatever they want to do out there. But right here in this here house here, no child of mine can't live in my house that cuss me out. Now you do it. I'm not telling nobody what to do. You make your own decisions. But I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to the point where your child is so disrespectful that they cuss you out in your house, no, it's time to go. It's for me now. If my children lived in my house, my adult children, I got a son that's what 26, 27. I got a daughter that's what 29 or 28. And if my children lived in my house and cussed me out, that would be the last time they ever done that to me. I just can't tolerate that now. But anywho, you said he cussed you and your husband out. Ooh, God. Most, I really don't know what to do. I can't tell you what to do. I can't. Because I don't want nobody to come back and try to sue me. I can't. You have to pray and make your own decisions. You really do. I can't tell you what to do with your child. You have to pray and make your own decision. Because I ain't no counselor. I ain't no pastor. I ain't none of that, honey. And I definitely ain't God. But I'm going to tell you me now. If my children lived in my house and if they cussed me out, they would have to go. That day, after that last cuss word come out, that would be the end of it. Yeah. And I pray that they go. And I pray that after they would cuss me out, they would be able to go on their own 2 feet. Now, I pray that they would be able to go out the house on their own 2 feet. Mm. And your husband. And I really don't know what to do. I feel if I put him out, something bad will happen to him. Well, baby, excuse me, if I put him out, something bad will happen, and it will be my fault. Mm-mm. God help me, and your corn looks delicious. Thank you. Thank you. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we have to use tough love with our children, especially our adult children. Let me tell you something. We don't owe our children nothing but what? We raised them. Once you raise your child to that point where they done graduated high school, or if they didn't graduate, you don't owe them nothing else. And a lot of times we feel guilty. You ain't got to feel guilty about that. When your children become adults, that's just what they are, adults, honey. You do not have to feel guilty. Mm-mm. Something gonna happen to them. Baby, I'm tell you what, something gonna happen to them. If you continue to stay with me. Something will gonna happen to them. But you have to pray, honey, and make your own decisions, you and your husband, with what to do with your child. That's the only thing I can tell you. 'Cause I can't tell you to put your child out. I can't tell you to, do so. I can't tell you that, and I won't tell you that. But I just know over here in my house, if my child cuss me out, honey, 'cause most time when somebody cussing, they ready to attack you. If my child cussed me out and is ready to attack me, and they got to go. Sometimes you have to sometimes, when parents, sometimes you can't even live with your children sometimes. Sometimes you can't. You can visit one another, but as far as living together, you might not can't live no more with your children. You might can't, hun. Just have to see each other. Hey, how y'all doing? Glad you came by. But after that, you got to go because grown people need their own space. They need their own space. And I'm telling you, it's tough being a parent. And you raise these children, and they get grown and want to bow up at you, honey. And I'm gonna tell you, I've had and hey, I got 2 children, and I'm gonna tell you what, ain't none of us perfect, and we've been through our battles, honey. I can't tell it all, but my children don't live with me. I can't tell it all, but they don't live with me. Love them to death, be glad to see them, but baby, they don't. Now, could they live with me? They could if they fell on hard times and they need a place to stay. Yeah, my children could stay with me if they need a place to stay, and my nephews if they fell on hard times. But when they come in this house, they rules. And most times children don't want to go by your rules, but if I had my children had to come back to live with me, they be rules. The number one rule is God is the head of this house. We serve God in this house. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't party, we don't watch profane stuff on the TV. I don't have that stuff going in my house. And you're gonna be home before a certain time. You can't come running in and out of my door all times of the night. If you know you ain't gonna be home at a certain time, you're gonna have to stay where you at. I don't have no company, a bunch of people running in and out my house. I don't do all that foolishness. Now, if you can abide by those rules, you can show enough. You welcome. You is welcome. I gotta have peace in my house. I can't come home and be scared of my children. And while you here, you gonna contribute. You know why? Cause you're an adult. You are an adult, and if you don't want to, you don't have to come. But I still love you, and that's just the way we run things over here, honey. But I'm gonna be praying for you that God will give you and your husband wisdom to deal with your adult child. Mm, tough love. Tough love. And I tell you what, I'm not responsible for my children. They grown. I raised them and they grown. That's all I can tell you. I did the best I could. Probably could have done much, much better. Could have done much, much better. But I've done the best I could. And that's just the way it is, honey. You don't owe your adult children nothing. Did you know that you don't owe? And that's for any parent. You don't owe your children nothing. Mm-mm. You don't owe them not one John Brown thing. After you done raise them, got them through school, fed them, hey, they done graduate, that's it for you. You have parented it. And what you didn't do right, hey, you can apologize for it and keep on going. Don't let no grown child hold you in hostage because of something you didn't do. We all make mistakes. Parenting don't come with no guidebook, honey. And especially when you were a young single parent like I was, honey, it sure didn't. But we did the best we can by the grace of God. And that you didn't do, the mistakes that you made, hey, apologize for it and keep on going down the road because you can't change nothing. And children try to blame you for stuff that they going through. Child, please. Mm-mm. We don't do that, but Miss Ethan, I can't even say this name. Honey, I'll be praying for you. That God give you and your husband wisdom. But no. Let no child hold you in bondage and disrespect you and still no, don't run nobody's house. Mm-mm. Well, I know in my house, I got peace in here. Mm-hmm. And like I said, you have to put down rules. And sometimes you might have to tell your children, look, you can stay here for 3 months, rent free. After 3 months, you should be able to save you up some money and get your own place. You can do that for your children. You ain't got to, but you can. Yeah, as a parent, you don't owe your child nothing but to love them. That's about it. Now, honey, them children have you popping pills, honey. And then if you got to depend on them to give you the pill, you might be in some big trouble. You might be in some big trouble. Your child let you sit up in there and go crazy. Hey, take care of yourself. You got to take care of your own self. That's right, honey. You got to take care of your own self. You got to have peace around you. Now, that's the will of God, that there will be peace. A peace in this house. You got to set down rules and show tough love. And when people can't abide by your rules, they got to G-O go. Go. I got rules in this house. Like I said, I love my children. If they fell on hard times and need to come and stay, they got a place to stay. But I got rules. I got rules. You can't come in here. You just got to obey my rules, honey. And ain't nobody. You ain't got your own room. You can use this room. You can use my room. You know, so I got 2 rooms. But actually, that's my grandbaby bedroom back there. But she ain't here. But I'm going to get her, y'all. I'm going to get her. But you can use that room back there. There ain't no such thing as I do what I want to know. You can't sit back there and do stuff that that's ungodly. No. Can't have your girlfriend staying with you. Can't have your boyfriend staying with you. Not in my house. We don't shack. I ain't shacking. You sure can't shack up in here. You ain't gonna be back there listening to all that devilment either. No, ain't no devilment music, cussing and kill and let's get high and let's get naked. Ain't none of that coming out of the room. You ain't got no room to do that in. No, God dwells here. God dwells in this house. I got to keep this house, the atmosphere in this house right for the Lord. Yeah. I'm saved, yes. And I know somebody say, girl, you too say thank you. You too holy, thank you. I work at it every day, thank you. Now you can do what you want to do out there. You can listen to all the garbage you want to out there, but in here, this is a sanctuary for the Lord. The Holy Spirit rests in this house. And it ain't always been easy to make them decisions, y'all. It haven't. It hasn't, because sometimes you feel like with them, your children, that's your family. You want them to be able to do what they want to, but you just can't. You just can't. Now you're gonna keep your sanity. Now if you're gonna keep your sanity. Now if you're gonna be pleasing to the Lord. The Bible say, hey, when you get ready to, when you serve the Lord, you got to count the cost. You got to forsake your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your children. You got to forsake all them, and God got to be first. So I'll be praying. Lord knows this ain't what I wanted to talk about, but I was just looking through my comments. But like I said, baby, I will be praying for your son. I'll be praying for you and your husband. That God will give y'all wisdom to help y'all to make the right decision on what to do with y'all adult child. I really will. But I can't tell you what to do. I can't. I just can't. I don't want to be responsible, for anything. But like I said, I ain't no professional. I ain't got no degrees and nothing, honey. I'm just a Christian, saved by grace. And I just shared how I would operate my household. But everybody don't operate their household the same. But actually, I came on here to say this here to us ladies, single ladies, how y'all doing? I'm sorry this video is so dark, but it's just dark in here. And I got this light shining right in my face. I probably need to set this light behind this laptop. I can't figure out why my TV done just went out. But anywho, ladies, could you please stop forcing these men to marry you? Did you hear me? Stop forcing these men to marry you. Good Lord. You do not have to make a man marry you. Stop asking a man, well, when you gonna marry me? I'm gonna give you a certain date. Why ain't you married me yet? I done had 4 children from you. When is you gonna marry me? We living together. When is you gonna marry me? Is you gonna marry me? When is you gonna marry me? Baby, he ain't gonna marry you. And guess what? You don't want no man to marry you that you got to force to marry you. If you don't have 4 children from this man or any children from this man, and you are living with this man, oh, this video here done started running. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this video off. But if you are living with a man, honey, if you living with a man and then had children from the man, and that man ain't married you yet, guess what? He probably ain't. And you don't want to force no man to marry you, because I believe when you force a man to marry you, you making him do something out of his will. You making him do something he don't want to do. That's just like God don't make us robots. God give us a will to choose him. And that man, if he love you, you ain't got to not one time ask him when he gonna marry you. No, if that man love you, and just want to be with you, he will make you his wife. You ain't got to ask no man to marry you. Mm-mm. When? Why won't you marry me? I done it. That man already know you know how many children you done had from him. He know how long he been living with you. He know how much you done. Hey, I was with you when you didn't have nothing. I helped you get on your feet. When you gonna marry me? He know he was down on his luck when he met you. And he still ain't married and y'all have been together all this time. Guess what? He don't want you. I'm sorry. I said that harsh, didn't I? Let me say it in love. Babe, he don't want you. That sound better? He don't want you, baby. If you gotta ask him when and why and remind him of all the things you done and you giving him a certain time to marry you, baby, he ain't wanting you, child. Like I tell you, a man knows what he wants when it comes to a woman. And you and nobody else ain't got to make him do nothing. When a man wants a woman, baby, he gets her. Because a man is a hunter. And he go after what he want, baby. Do you hear me? And see, when you begin to know your worth, you will know these things. That you are more precious than silver and gold, baby. You are worth more than rubies. When you begin to know your worth, then you will realize you ain't got to ask no man or petition no man when and why he ain't married you yet. You ain't got to do all that. That's when you begin to know your worth. Mm-mm. And let me tell you something. You are worthy, honey. You ain't got to beg no man to marry you. No, and you ain't got to keep doing this and keep doing that. And then maybe one day, girl, I done this and that for my. He got to marry me. No, he ain't. Honey, you could be had 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half children from this man. You could help this man get a job. You could be with this man while he finished. You working 2 jobs while he go to school. Now, after he go to school and get his degree and pack up all his belongings and leave you, don't you blame nobody. Don't you get mad with that man, honey. Mm-mm. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You don't be in a struggle with nobody like that unless they your husband, honey. Them is husband privileges. You don't do that. Not no girlfriend. Okay, I'm gonna let you live with me for 2 years while you go to school. And I'm gonna work 2 jobs. That's backwards. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't do that for no boyfriend. Raise your standards and don't apologize for it. And a real man won't let you do that. Now I know somebody gonna say, "Well, I did it and my man didn't leave me." Kudos to you, but that's not the norm for the majority. For the majority. And that's a big risk to take, that you will lay down your life for so many years and give birth to these children and go without and put yourself on hold for a man to end up getting himself together, pack his glad rags, and go not down the road, but probably just right around the corner. Right around the corner to May Bev's house, Susie Mae's house, and go stay with Susie Mae after you done a struggle. Don't get mad with nobody but yourself. We got to set standards, ladies. I promise you we do. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't know. I done experienced this stuff. I know what I'm talking about. You don't beg no man. You don't wait for no man. You don't ask no man when, why you ain't married me yet. If that man wanted you, baby, he would have already married you. No, honey, you just somebody for him to just use. And what they say, have your cake and eat it too. That's all he doing, honey. That's all he doing. Having this cake and eat it too. Honey, take your cake and get you some standards. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't do it, sisters. You don't have to. You're worth more than that. You're better than that. So stop asking these men, when is you gonna marry me? He ain't. And like I said, you don't want to force no man to marry. If you had to force a man to marry you, I promise you, I get that marriage maybe 5 years. I'm serious, cause I done seen it. If you got to force a man to marry you, baby, you don't need him. Cause guess what? Forcing a man to marry you don't mean he love you. Cause you can't force nobody to love you. You can't force nobody to treat you right. You can't do it, honey. So women, stop doing that to yourselves. You wouldn't have to cry so much and be hurt so much. Amen. If you raise your standard and know who you are in God, and don't take no wooden nickels, honey. You want a real nickel. Don't take no wooden nickels. You ain't gonna miss out. You is not gonna miss out. Don't let nobody use you like that. And like I always say, you ain't no can of preservatives. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, you don't have life. You don't have life to just put on hold for somebody until they decide they want you. No, that ain't what your life is for. No. Mm-mm. I don't care how many children you got. Somebody wants you. Somebody will find you. God will send somebody if it's in his will. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you, don't be begging no man to marry you. Mm-mm. You don't want that. No. So anywho, that's all I wanted to say. And I'm so sorry this video is dark, y'all. And it's 25 minutes long. But I gotta figure out why my TV is on out. Because I was watching Chomp and it just went out. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go. I love y'all. Thank you so much for all your support. And I will see you guys on the next video. Toodles. Oh, did I tell y'all I was going to get my Nana bread? I'm going to get my Nana bread in September, y'all. I'm so happy I don't know what to do. And I got a little surprise for you guys. Don't know when I'm going to be able to share my surprise with you guys. But I do have a surprise for you guys. So it's coming. It's coming. So anywho, until the next video,